What's up, everybody, man? I hope all is well. That's Square. This is Chris, man, back at it again. Yo, guys, if you guys got a chance to watch the game, I actually will do a reaction on the Bucks versus the Cowboys. But I'm going to talk about the Ravens in this video, but it was a pretty good one. As I said, the Cowboys will lose to the Bucks. But as on so forth, so on and so on. We're looking at the Ravens, man, season predictions, and right now I'm going to let you know out the gate. I see them winning their first out of their first three games. They're probably going to win one, just due to injuries, and the whole shindig they got going on up there right now. They got a lot of things going on in their camp, but I think they'll get it together as the season goes along. First, let's dive in. Love Lamar Jackson, great football player. Thinks he's a good MVP candidate. J.K. Dobbins out. Receiving core not as strong as it should be. I think that the Ravens should have definitely invested in that. However, their defense, as always, the Ravens always have a fire defense, right? With Humphreys, Peters, they got guys back there that can play and make plays as defensive backs, right? So we're looking at that and we're trying to understand all that and take that in consideration when we look in this season, okay? So first things first, week one, they got the Raiders Monday night game. I believe that the Raiders actually shocked the world and they beat the Ravens. Coming off of that, week two, they play the Chiefs. The Chiefs actually beat the Ravens, so they start off the season 0-2. However, they get on track with week three by playing the Lions, and by week four, they beat the Broncos. Now, week five is a trick, right? These two teams, I think, in the AFC are the sleepers. Well, there's a couple of teams in the AFC. I think the AFC is the better conference this year in football. But I think that these two teams that are going to they play next, these two teams that they play next are sleepers in the AFC. With that being said, week five, they have the Colts, and I think that they win the shootout, but it costs a lot out of them, and they open up their playbook. A lot of things get exposed by the Ravens in this game. Quiet as it's kept, I think that, the Ravens hold their own against the Colts, but I don't think that they beat them if they have to play them again in the playoffs. They also end up playing the Chargers, young quarterback versus young quarterback, height versus speed. I think the Chargers are more completed at roster on offense. Defense, not so much. I mean, Bosa's there, but to me, I think the loss of Melvin Ingram alone is going to hurt the Chargers defense. So I think that the Ravens expose that. They get their kind of guys back. They get the people that they need. Harbaugh comes together with a game plan, and he pulls out that win. So with that being said, they're looking at 4-2 all the way from week 6. Week 7, they play the Bengals. They blow them out. Now they're looking at 5-2. They play the Vikings. They actually beat the Vikings. So now they're sitting at 6-2. They play the Dolphins. They actually lose this game because it's a Thursday night game. I think it's a short week. So they're sitting at 6-3. They beat the Bears. Now they're back to 7-3. They actually lose the Browns the first time. So now they're at 7-4. And they actually lose to the Steelers, another 2-game losing streak. So now they're sitting at 7-6. But they actually beat the Browns in week 14. Then they turn around and beat the Packers in week 15. So now they're switched to back to 9-6. They beat the Bengals, which makes them now 10-6. And they close out this, 10-6. Then they end up beating the Rams, and they actually beat the Steelers. So they go on a winning streak here. From week 14 all the way out to week 18, I have them winning out. So for them to close out the season, they end up going, I think it's 12-6. No, I'm sorry. 11-6. I have them going 11-6 to close out the season. Top dogs in the AFC North. They win that. The only thing they really have to watch out for, man, they just got to get their cores and their bearings straight. I think that they're actually better than the Steelers. I think that Ben is washed up, but we're going to dive into that with the Steelers. I think the Ravens can hold their own and win the AFC North. Top dogs, they split one with the Cleveland Browns and they split one with the Steelers, but they sweep the Bengals twice, and that actually helps them out a lot. Looking at this, I think Lamar's going to have not as a pop-out season like most people think or he wants to. They want him to. Because just because the limitations on offense that they have, a lot of the guys are missing and they're down and out. But we never know what they're capable of doing in the free agency, what their draft picks can do. So, we didn't get much from, preseason, but we got what we needed to know, right? So we're kind of looking at all that and we're trying to take it into consideration. So with that being said, man, any questions, comments, or concerns? Ravens will be going 11-6. That's my prediction. You got any questions or comments? Please drop a like before you leave and a comment before you go. Take it easy now.